Alright, welcome to the flight deck. This is a pretty much a flat two-dimensional view of a 767 cockpit, but all the basic instrumentation is here. In a few moments we're going to switch to a three-dimensional view that I think will be a bit more meaningful and realistic, in which the instruments are, the relative placement of the instruments is far more accurate and complete. But before that, we're going to initiate the FS2 crew management system, which will provide us with the virtual first officer, and he will begin configuring the cockpit, and I'll kind of show you around why he does that, and we'll probably go ahead and get our IFR clearance. So let's start that process now.
FS2 crew activated.
Hey, Captain, how's it going? She's great. Any defects with the plane? I can't believe it. There's absolutely nothing in the book. She's looking great. I'll be back in a couple of minutes with the fuel slip. See you in a bit.
Okay, so we've received a clean bill of health from maintenance, and at this point the first officer is going to begin setting up the cockpit for engine start, which will occur in about 30 minutes, but we got a lot of work to do in the meantime. Most of his work initially is going to concentrate on this overhead panel, but while he's doing that, I can show you around. As promised, we switched to the three-dimensional virtual cockpit view, and on my yoke here I actually have a hat switch that enables me to pan around as if we're actually seated in the left seat as captain. So as you can see, all the instruments are here. This is a very accurate reproduction of a 767 cockpit. All instruments are interactive and operable. Can't do much right now, but we can run a couple of tests, I guess. Here's the auto land indicators, and these are the some of the annunciators.
Light flow. Pull up.
That is a sound you definitely don't want to hear when you're on final approach. I guess let's go ahead and listen to the ATIS. ATIS stands for Aircraft Terminal Information System. It's basically an automated recording that gives us key information about the current operation of the airport. And each ATIS is I guess it's updated every few minutes, and each iteration of it is assigned a letter of the aviation alphabet. In this case, it's information India. Winds are 287 at 10, so that's important. 20 miles of visibility, clouds at 3,300 feet, and it tells us which runways are operable. We know that winds now are out of the west-northwest, and planes are taking off to the west-southwest. I'm going to go ahead and assume we'll probably be taking off on runway 25 right, but it could be any of these four runways. So, armed with that information, I'm going to go ahead and request an IFR clearance, and from that we'll get basically clearance for our flight plan, and they'll also give us a squawk code, which will be the code for the transponder that will identify our aircraft to the ground-based controllers, and also give us our initial assigned altitude. But before I do that, let's go ahead and test the oxygen. Okay. Co-captain's doing his right now. I'm going to do mine.
I'm about to make some noise on my side.
Okay.
Okay. So let's go ahead and request our IFR
Okay,
clearance.
my cockpit setup is done.
Okay, I'm going to request the IFR clearance now.
Los Angeles clearance delivery, Delta at 557, ready to copy IFR clearance to San Francisco. Delta at 557 is cleared to San Francisco Airport as filed. Fly runway heading, climb and
Okay, now I'm going to read back the instructions. Set our squawk code.
Cleared San Francisco Airport as filed. Fly runway heading, climb and maintain 8,000. Departure on 124.65. Squawk 0047. Delta 557. Readback is correct. Contact ground on 121.65. Ready to taxi.
So the fact that we've been cleared to 8,000 feet basically means that we initially we will not be cleared above that altitude. So we'll climb to 8,000 feet after takeoff and hold that altitude, and eventually expect to be cleared at various altitude block increments all the way up to the cruising altitude of 31,000 feet. And I think at this point, we'll go ahead and pause, and when we come back, we will explore configuring the flight management system.